Many are worried about the number of girls who always want to travel to the Gulf state to seek for greener pastures. And it appears that despite the horror that greets them on a daily basis, many more girls are willing to taste this unpleasant treatment. And in the studio today, we'll be looking for answers and looking for how we can bring in traditional leaders to bring to bear their expertise in curtailing this menace. And because of that, we have Krontehene of Agina traditional area in the Akwemu Kingdom in the Eastern region. You're welcome on the show, Nana, and we are grateful to have you. You are looking at bringing on board your colleagues to talk to their subjects, to make them understand the reasons why they shouldn't go to the Gulf state in seeking for greener pasture. It looks like a tough thing to do. How do you intend to achieve this?
Thank you very much, and a very good evening to your listeners. I think I want to take it this way. We should know what human trafficking is.
It's all about.
Yes. Human trafficking is the transfer or movement of persons from one point to another through the use of deceit, through the use of fraud, through the use of force.
Yes,
for exploitative purposes. The underlying word is exploitative purposes. And it has several other ways that it affects the human being. Let me tell you one very serious thing. You know, it takes one theater nurse to, you know, operate a person and take the kidney for sale. It takes about 30 minutes for this exercise to be done. This is a huge thing, and for that matter, I have on several occasions been communicating with my colleague chiefs to ensure that we all come on board to fight this menace. I have contacted chiefs like the Akwemu Omanhene, that is Odenehon Kwafakoto III. I've spoken with Bafo, Amankwetia, Bantamahene, and so many other chiefs who are all in support of this cause.
Okay, so how has, have you started anything on the ground yet? I know you've spoken with some of your colleagues who have accepted, but have you started the main work on the ground, and how has the response been?
Yes, we have been organizing several programs in form of soccer fiesta by way of education in secondary schools and by way of engaging the media. So it is something that has taken so much time to address. And fortunately, I have been a police detective in that area for close to about 10 years. So I know what really goes into it. And that is informing my knowledge and my way of communicating to the traditional rulers who are paramount in decision making worldwide.
Are the young people welcoming this idea?
Fantastic welcome from them. You know, because of the models I am using in engaging them. For instance, soccer is liked by all people, and we use music as well. These are some of the works that I have collaborated with some musicians to do, so that if these things are rolled out, it will just get the business rolling.
And so how would you rate yourself? 10% successful, 20%? How would you rate your efforts?
It's magnificently gaining grounds, and quantifying it in percentage would be too premature, but there is light at the end of the tunnel.
And your colleagues that you've spoken with in other areas, how is the response like? Have they communicated back to you? Have they given you any feedback?
Very fantastic feedback. Very fantastic feedback, especially on social media and other forms of media.
Other platforms.
Very well.
But you talk about using soccer. Soccer mostly is males or boys who like soccer. And most of the people who are suffering in this kind of menace is women. So don't you think you may want to skew, or how are you addressing women, or how are you reaching out to the women? Because the soccer looks like purely male affair?
Yes, I'm in collaboration with the Gender Ministry, and we're looking at reaching out to the Girl Child Department of the Ghana Education Service. You know, human trafficking is not a one-person fight.
Exactly.
It needs collaboration. So I am in talk with the Queen Mothers, who are very influential in decision-making in our various traditional settings. And they have really welcomed the idea. So I'm looking at going to them Akwesidai by Akwesidai, or sacred days by sacred days, so that these things are addressed.
All right, many thanks to you, Nana. We hope that this will really yield the results we're looking for, because it's obvious that a lot of young people are still willing, they want to see for their eyes. Are you also bringing in videos and pictures of people? Are you also thinking of bringing in victims who have really suffered this, so to tell a very good story to these people?
Yes, a lot of victims, per my communication on various stations, have volunteered to come out. And I am putting together a documentary that will show all the various facets of the crime, and then look out for recommendations in nibbing it in the bud.
All right, many thanks to you, Nana. That is Krontihini of Agina traditional area in the Akwemu Kingdom in the Eastern region, and he's trying to get together his colleagues in the traditional sector to actually bring their expertise on board to speak with girls and people who want to go to the Gulf states to seek for greener pastures. We wish you luck, and we hope that it will yield the needed results.